Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into the love you give me. We're diving into episode 16. Yeah, after this, we only have, 12 episodes left? So still a little bit of a journey to go, but we're past the halfway point at this point. And yeah, there's all sorts of things that are unfolding. Last episode we saw with I can't for the life of me can never remember his name. I just remember the company's name, Guanchao. So the director of that was trying to basically coax his mistress down off the ledge because she was threatening to out him and her relationship, and obviously he doesn't want that. He's already dealing with enough with the rumors about him and Minhui and whatnot. So it's like he doesn't need that because he needs to stay in his father-in-law's good graces so that he can hopefully inherit the company once his father-in-law retires or passes. And yeah, all kinds of other shenanigans. We seem to clear up the most of the misunderstanding between Jinxi and Minhui. Yeah, so we're gonna dive into 16 and just see where it takes us. Okay, well, that little flashback was unfortunate. Granted, we already knew that they had broken up. We knew things went down poorly for them in the past, and I guess it's a nice contrast to where we were just ending, where they were having this beautiful like reconciliation and just like, hey, yes, I do in fact like you. But still, it hurts to see. What an episode. So many highlights of this episode. First, we got to the conference. Jin Chen looking absolutely adorable in his shorts and his blazer and his bow tie. I love. And Minhui was scheduled to go first, give her presentation, but because of, again, I cannot remember his damn name, Guanchao guy. Speaking to, I guess, the president or the head person in charge of this summit, had her pulled, or was basically trying to pull her from giving her speech. And she's like, well, why? He's like, oh, because of things and blah, blah. He basically gave absolutely no answer, just absolute bullshit. So it's like, okay, we're playing games right now. Then he's like, okay, well, fine. At the end, if there is time, you can give your presentation. It's like, okay, cool. So then during the presentation, Jinxi is like texting her like, hey, I thought you were supposed to go first. And she's explaining the situation to him. And he's like, oh, okay, I will take care of this. And she's like, no, don't worry, I've got this. And at first you were along there with me. I was like, no, let Jinxi intervene, please. Not because I feel like she needs help or assistance or anything like that, because she's proven time and time again she's a strong, independent, badass woman, and I love me a strong, independent, badass woman. But obviously there are people out there who are playing very shady, dirty, manipulative games. And while I like the idea that taking the high road and being noble and virtuous will, in the end win the day, sometimes that's not the case. And sometimes you need someone else to step in on your behalf, someone with a little bit more pull, a little bit more power to step in and say, hey, back the fuck off, or, do something. So I don't think obviously she didn't need help, but like having Jinxi there because Jinxi, obviously he is the director of this big company, whatnot. He's got some pull and some agency too. So I feel like he would be able to talk to this person over here and be like, hey, what the fuck's going on? And kind of get things sorted out. But I liked her approach too, because she was like, you know what? You said I could go at the end, so I'm gonna go at the end. You trying to skip me? She's like, hey, everyone, blah, 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 blah. And then the director tried to walk up to her like, hey, I need you to not do this. And she's like, just make this big, bold, out loud announcement. I was scheduled to go first, and then you took me off for no reason, and now I'm trying to figure out, why are you trying to bury my presentation? Why do you want to keep me from presenting? What's going on? What's happening? And obviously he does not want to be embarrassed. He doesn't want to be thought of as doing favors for other people or trying to, he doesn't want to look bad. He doesn't want to look shady. So it's like, oh no, I would never. And then you can see him apologizing to the other guy, like, I'm sorry. And she gave her presentation. She knocked it out of the fucking park because she's a strong, badass woman. And I'm like, yes, work, ma'am, work. I'm here for it. So I loved that. Just again, we don't need no man. It's nice when we have a man there to support us and assist us. Yes, it's nice to have it, but she don't need no man. She's like, I got this. And she got it. I'm here for it. Yes, I live. Another fun revelation at the dinner party afterwards. The secret is out about Minhui and Jinxi, which, like I was saying there in the beginning of the episode, if this were like 8 or 9 episodes ago, back when Minhui was competing with Guanchao for Blue Jay, or whatever Jinxi's company's name is, competing to get their support for their product, it probably would have looked badly if found out, oh, this is the mother of his child, this is his ex, and that's probably why he's showing favoritism, blah blah blah. But at this point, we are far past that. We've moved past that, so I don't really know that there's much damage that secret could do at this point as far as moving along the parts of her project that she's working on. Don't really know that there's much damage that they can do, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Something might pop up. We still got 12 episodes, so something's got to pop up. But yeah, we had the dinner party and Minhui just showing up looking like a damn knockout in this gown. Oh, I live. And we're just having a good time. All of the executives are coming to talk to her. I saw your presentation. It was very, very good. You seem promising. I can't wait to see more from you in the future. Blah, 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 blah. Great time. And, you could see the jealousy from the Guanchao group over there. And she's like, his mistress is like, men just forget everything when they see a pretty woman, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, you're a woman too. Why aren't you attracting them? And I'm like, one, I had similar thoughts where it's like, okay, it's not about her being a pretty woman because you were equally just as beautiful a woman. There are lots of beautiful women in this room. It's not about being a pretty woman. That's her jealousy speaking. But it's not about being a pretty woman. It's about the fact that she is showing time and time again that she is intelligent. She is relying on her skills and not some sort of facetious, underground, shady, this, that, the other. She's not relying on hearsay and rumors and all this kind of stuff trying to take down the competition. She's relying on the fact that she's built a quality product and people are saying, hey, she's smart and she's built a quality product. Let me go entertain this. So thought process I had, when she's like, oh, I had those same sort of thoughts, like, girl, you're a woman too. Okay. But she's not my mistress. So I don't have to try and keep her appeased or keep her happy or like that. So when he said that, I'm like, baby boy, I need you to stop insulting your mistress because she's already threatened to out your relationship. Last episode, she's already, I guess, releaked whatever photos from episode 1 of you and Minhui, that whole party scene. She's on thin ice, baby. She was already feeling some type of way when Jinxi approached you guys after the conference and you were sitting here talking about how beautiful and smart and this, that, whatever Minhui is, talking about how she's this sort of pretty snake or whatever. She was already feeling some type of way when you were giving her all these compliments. So if you want to, A, keep your affair secret, and B, keep her from causing some other mayhem and mischief, stop insulting her. Stop being a dick to her. Oh my God. So he said that. I'm like, well, this is not going to be good. There's not a good outcome that can possibly come from this. So in her jealousy, she's like, fine, I'll hit Minhui where it hurts. Her reputation. Which again, I don't understand why this is such a huge deal and why this is everybody's business. Maybe a cultural thing. I can't speak on that. Like if this were a period piece or something like that, I could see how, you know, older cultures or older generations just in general had that sort of mindset. Like a woman needs a husband and to take care of her, and any woman without a husband and has a child is unclean and unladylike, or, you know what, like very old school mentality. So like me living in modern day, I'm like, I don't understand this mentality. Y'all been with me long enough. I love me a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, whether she has a child or not. I don't care. She got a child and she still don't need no man. Even better. Love. Live your best life, mama. So like, I don't understand what any of that has to do with her job. Like, her job is, to simplify, science. She does scientific things, very intelligent, technologically savvy. She's a scientist she's a scientist. She's an engineer, whatever. Her job is science. So what does her having a child and no husband have to do with her ability to effectively conduct science, to effectively do science? It doesn't. So I don't understand why we keep making this huge deal out of the fact that Minwei has a son and the son has no father. And then you could hear the crowd murmuring, oh my God, that poor, I forget what word they used specifically, but that poor unfortunate child. Oh my God, I wonder if she's going to offer us any explanations. I'm like, for what? She doesn't know you. She doesn't know you any goddamn explanations. I don't understand why why this is the narrative we got to spin. Like, who cares? I don't care if she got a baby daddy or not. I don't care. She's raised her son into a fantastic young man on her own. And while doing that, she's climbed the ladder of success. She's proven herself as a very smart, resourceful, reliable woman. So, like, I don't care if she has a child out of wedlock. I couldn't care less. Y'all shouldn't care either. Like, what does that have to do with her ability to do her job? I will never understand that narrative. But I know there are still places in the world where that is just the general culture. That is the outlook. So, you know, looking at it from, I guess, my American point of view, and I'm like, I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. But yes, homegirl was like, I'm going to hit her where it hurts, and I'm going to start stirring up all this drama about her illegitimate child. Apparently, we're just going to ignore the fact that she's out here assaulting this child, practically. Nobody else in the room wants to say, hey, who is this grown woman manhandling this child that's not hers? The child is trying to get away from her, screaming, mommy, mommy, hey, this strange lady hurt me. I'm trying to get away from her. And nobody's like batting an eye like, hey, maybe this lady shouldn't be touching this child who's not hers. Maybe this child who's trying to escape is in need of help. Maybe we should reprimand this lady. Like, that thought never crossed anybody's mind. We're just focused on, Minwei doesn't have a husband? Gasp! And I'm like, y'all's priorities need realignment. Like, my God. Focus on the important stuff right here. This grown-ass woman just attacked this child. Focus! God. But, you know, it was starting to work like a charm. Everyone was eating out of her hand, and, like, you could see Minwei feeling, I don't even know that she was feeling embarrassed. Just like, it's a very uncomfortable situation to be in when you have an entire room of people judging you for something that honestly you really shouldn't be judged for, that has no bearing on your ability to do your job. But digging into your personal life and judging you. So Jinxi stepped forward and it's like, who says this child doesn't have a father? I'm right here. And I'm like, well, I'm sure Minwei did not want that reveal happening right then and there like that. It's probably the best time because it shut up the other lady. It shut up Guan Chao. And it seemed to, I guess, recalibrate everybody else's focus. They're like, oh, she does have a she does have a father for her child. Okay, that's fine. Back to the party. And I'm like, y'all getting on my damn nerves. I don't know how to deal with y'all. But yeah, so that we had that reveal. That was fantastic timing, and then we had the whole moment of them running out of the party and looking like a wedding day. I'm like, this is so sweet. I love this moment. Then there towards the end, we had Jinxie and his little puppet show, which again was adorable, basically apologizing to Minhui and explaining his side of the story, and just asking her for another chance, and this close to actually saying the words. Like, obviously she knows how he feels, he knows how she feels, like we're all on the same page, but he was just about to say the words officially, and then Miss Cal's boyfriend just jumps in like, did you push Su Tian in sorry, still a little sick. Did you push her in front of a bus? And I'm like, why? A, how the hell did you get in this room? But B, couldn't you have come back in like 40 seconds? Could you have been just delayed a little bit? Like, girl. And then we're starting to get that backstory explained, because like I said, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many episodes ago that was, there was just that one moment where he got this phone call from like seemed like a detective or a police officer or something, and it's like I wasn't sure. Like, I thought he was like an undercover agent doing detective work, and I'm like, what is this storyline? But it turns out that he's just looking for his long lost sister, Su Tian. Small world. And now he's discovered that she has passed on, which, okay, we've got the confirmation now. I still wasn't 100% sure. I figured she probably was, since she never came back up into the story, but you never know. You never know. Maybe she was off in the hospital and then she got healed and stayed in America or something. Who knows? But, or she wasn't in America. Whatever. But, okay, she passed. So he was not happy about that. Although I feel like if a private detective could find this general area where, okay, Su Tian was here, I found someone who looks like her, or someone who fits that description, she goes by Su Tian and she's here. If you've got the name, you should I feel like you could probably find a death certificate or some log of that, because like if she passed, there's got to be, she got into an accident, she got rushed to the hospital, so I'm assuming she passed at the hospital, so there's got to be some record. So I feel like the detective he hired probably should have been able to find out that information a long time ago, so that this wouldn't have been such a great shock, and he wouldn't have to keep searching in vain. But anyway, he found out, his demeanor changed. He's like, let's go outside. And then next morning he busts in the middle of our whole reunion. He's like, did you push her? You killed Su Tian to save yourself? And I'm like, baby, we're jumping to all kinds of conclusions right now. Granted, I don't know what story Miss Cow told him. I don't know what the full thing I don't know what she said, but like, we're jumping to conclusions. I can understand, because I guess you've been looking for your sister for a long time. I don't know how close you were, especially since I guess you guys have been separated since you were younger, without communication. So I don't know how close you guys actually were, but I can understand frustration of finding out your sister is passed and kind of pointing the blame at this person who also happened to be there. But I'm like, this feels like an aggressive leap on his end. So we'll just have to wait and see where that takes us. But all in all, very entertaining episode. Lots of great stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. Anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.
Stranded here, stranded here. Stranded here, stranded here, stranded. There was a time we had it all. The darkness took over, and we started to fall. Hey, the feelings I had for you, they never left. And now I'm standing here stranded, lost with no vision of how we used to be. Standing here, stranded. Standing here, stranded. Ooh, yeah. I was drowning, suffocating. When you pulled me out for air, I was running through the fire in the mountains that I see. Can't breathe without you. It's hard to see without you. Can't breathe without you. I can't live. No, I can't live. No, I can't live without you. It's hard to see without you. Can't breathe without you. Oh yeah. I can't live. No, I can't live. No, I can't live without you. Now we're together, there's nothing